up guys, my name is Andre and in this video I'd like to show you how I did this landscape shot on iPhone XR, so let's start. I'm going to Tools and first of all I'm gonna make some really basic changes. So let's choose Tune Image on the top left corner right here. So there are a lot of settings like brightness, contrast, saturation and so on. So usually you don't want to adjust brightness slider if the exposure actually is okay, like in this shot, because we have details in shadows and also in the highlights. So let's just increase contrast a bit. And you don't want to go really far to something like this because it doesn't look okay at all. So let's choose something in between. We just want to slightly increase contrast because we can additionally add some contrast a bit later. So let's leave it right here. So for example, yeah. Saturation, you can also increase saturation as well. And I'm gonna show you a bit later how you can do it, because when you increase saturation right here, it doesn't look okay at all because you increase the actual saturation on the entire shot. So if, for example, you wanna make this forest on the background a bit more saturated, you can do it with some and other instruments and more precisely. So here's an ambience parameter which actually changes the light distribution across the whole shot. If we move the slider to positive numbers, and this creates some sort of HDR look, and it doesn't look okay. I mean, I don't like it how it looks like. And if we decrease it, it actually washes out colors and makes the image kind of dull, you know, as you can see. So I don't like it at all. So usually I do not touch it. Here you can preserve some highlights, as you can see on the sky right here. Let's zoom in a bit. We can bring highlights a bit down, but as you can see, we get some sort of, some sort of halo effect on the edges on the forest, as you can see right here. So we can make slightly decrease the brightness of the sky. We can also increase exposure for shadows, but in this case it's not needed, I think. And here you can add some warmth tones or bluish tones to your shot. So, but from my eye, white balance looks completely fine. So let's click OK, and let's go to curves. It's right here on the top as well. There are a lot of presets which you can apply to your shot, but in my opinion most of them are kind of useless because they create not really appealing look for your shots. And if you know what you're doing, actually you can apply adjustments on your own without those presets. So let's just choose soft contrast. This actually creates S-type curve, a classical S-type curve. You can adjustment as well. So just tap on this guy and move it up or down, and you can adjust highlights. So let's just slightly increase it. And maybe let's add more contrast to the shadows, so something like this. You can also adjust each channel of the curve. So for example, let's choose blue one. Click on this guy at the bottom and just slightly move it up, and then add another dot on the curve right here to make sure that we do not shift colors on the highlights and in midtones. So something like this. Here's before and after, and as you can see, we added bluish tones to the shadows right here. So let's click OK. So far, this is the before and after. So let's go to Tools again, and choose selective instrument right here. So this is pretty handy instrument. We can adjust some areas of the image separately. So for example, let's put a dot right here. By putting 2 fingers on the screen, you can adjust your mask by decreasing it or increasing. So let's choose, for example, saturation and bring this slider to the right. So we make this area more saturated, and we can actually add some structure to it, to add some definition to the forest. And let's add another dot. So let's click on plus icon and put it right here. So maybe I want to increase contrast slightly for this area and adjust my mask. So maybe something like that. And for example, I want to increase structure slightly and bring brightness a bit down to make this area kind of deeper, you know. So far looks cool. Let's click OK, go to Tools again and choose Brush Instrument. So here you can do dodge and burn that actually makes some parts of the image brighter and darker depending on the brush you choose. You can change the temperature, saturation. So let's choose just dodge and burn, decrease the intensity to +5, and I'm going to show you how it works on this example. Just slightly zoom in, and then I paint over areas I want to make brighter. For example, on these rocks underwater. Oops, let's zoom in again and paint right here. So you can move across the image by putting 2 fingers on the screen and just dragging it like this. Here's an eye icon right here, so you can actually see where you apply this effect. Let's turn it off. Okay, so we made those rocks a bit brighter, as you can see. You can also use negative parameters to make some certain areas darker, for example. If you want to bring some contrast, like this. Alright, that looks cool. So let's hit OK. I see some sort of wire or whatever it is on the water surface. So let's go to Tools and choose Healing. It's right next to the brush. Let's zoom in and just simply paint over areas we want to fix. Sometimes it doesn't work properly. As you can see, you just have to paint a few times over a certain area if it's not getting fixed, like this. But eventually we fix it. So let's keep moving. This. Alright, I think that looks... Oh, here's one more thing. Let's remove this one as well. Alright, looks cool. So here's another... Oh, that's actually a duck, so let's leave it there. So let's click OK. So far, that's what we have. Here's our initial shot and an image with our adjustments. So here's before and after. That looks cool for me, you know. What else we can do? We can increase sharpness and details of the shot. So let's just zoom in and increase structure. It actually adds some sort of local contrast like this, and let's increase sharpening. You can move it all the way up just to see what's actually happening, and then decrease the intensity to something more plausible, something like this. Alright, let's click OK. And by the way, if you click on this icon with arrow and layers and click on view edits, you can go through each step we just made. And additionally, you can adjust each of them by clicking on this icon. I'm not gonna do that right now, so just keep in mind that this is non-destructible way to work on your shots in a Snapseed, because you can even go to the very first step and start from scratch. For example, or you can just edit some certain instrument if you wish to, if you want to. So, and then you can just simply export your shot. By the way, you can save the file to work on it later in a Snapseed, and all things we've done will be there. So, and you can also just export a simple JPEG file to your gallery, whatever you like. This is pretty much it. So if you have any questions, please ask me, and stay tuned for some new videos. See you.